everybody. Welcome to the SyFy Sistas live show on a Tuesday night. We are so excited to be here with you guys. I'm Sister Tamia. I'm joined tonight by my sister, Yvette Blackman-Tom.
Hello.
And Fran T.
What's happening?
What's happening, Fran? What's happening is that, first of all, Ori Silversmiths proudly serves as the official sponsor of the live show. And you can explore Ori Silversmiths for beautifully crafted jewelry, including the SyFy Sistas collection.
Oops.
Where is it? Show it at. By clicking the link provided in the show description. Okay, business is done. Thank you, Ori Silversmiths. We love you all.
Mm-hmm.
We are super stoked tonight. First of all, hi Sabrina out there somewhere. We miss you and we're sorry you're not here with us.
Right.
Hopefully you'll catch it later because our man is with us. And we claimed this man like a long time ago. Yvette and I claimed him way back in Chicago. We're like, you're ours.
Where?
You. Yeah. He's friggin' hilarious and we love him to pieces. And he is one of the people responsible for one of our all-time favorite shows of Star Trek and all of our all-time favorite shows, period. And he's Brad Winters, supervising producer of Star Trek Lower Decks. Hi, Brad.
Hi, Brad.
How's it going? Thank you for having me.
All right. Yes, finally. Shoot.
We've been
Should've
trying
been here a long time ago.
Yeah, this has been trying to happen for how long now?
I'm shy.
He really is.
I was gonna do a whole intro that was all like a David Attenborough, like nature, like
Where is he?
we're experiencing a Brad in his natural
My
habitat.
natural habitat. Yeah. A lot of Eagle Mouse models in comic books. Yeah.
Right. It's a rare Brad sighting.
Yeah. No, but when you guys asked, like, I love the podcast. When we met you in Chicago at Star Trek Chicago, like, you're one of the first fans we met in real life for the show. And we've talked about it too much, but magical moment for us.
Yeah.
Maybe magical for you.
Definitely.
It was totally magical. You don't have
definitely.
to question.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You don't have to question, Brad. We're all right there together, baby.
And I didn't believe there were 4 of you until the cruise.
Right. That's true. Are you sure it didn't?
And even on the cruise for the first 4 days, I still only saw 2 of you.
Right. Like every time, like I swear, there are 4.
There's 4 of us. It really
They
is
were
4.
just here. I'm like, okay.
Sure. Like that made up boyfriend back in high school.
My girlfriend in Canada.
Oh my! On the holiday.
Show us a picture. Okay.
Hold on a minute.
Looks like an Instagram model. It's my girlfriend, though.
I mean, you are Bradford, right?
Well, I'm a Bradley.
I know, but I mean, isn't Brad supposed to be really you or?
There's we are both from Modesto.
Okay.
Our first name is Brad, but the similarity is kind of there. He's much thinner than I am.
No raisin farm.
We have the same anxieties.
Your
we did
beard
grow up
is
around vineyards.
your beard is the beard is
Yeah.
kicking.
We don't have that. I mean, hopefully one day, I guess it's more ransomy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
More-
I see that. The chin. The
If I
strong
cosplayed, I'd have to get in better shape to cosplay as Ransom.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
buff.
That's scary.
That was scary. Oh my goodness.
Well, it's true. There are 4 of us. It's true. It was love at first sight.
Are we still back there?
And it's true that we are super stoked that we have a rare Brad sighting here live on the show. Because I mean the thing is, you're a super busy human being and you're doing stuff all the time.
Mike's more busy. Mike McMahon has me beat, but I think it's the nature of a lot of like producers. We like to stay a little more behind the camera.
Mm-hmm. Tell them.
Behind the drawings.
Tell them.
I always want to put the focus more on, scheduling stuff and getting people in the right place is one thing, but I always want to focus more on like the writers, the actors, the artists. You know.
Yep.
Don't give me that anymore. Don't. It's an inside joke, but don't. No.
I saw what her title is.
Right.
They don't want to believe it.
And every producer, and she always says to us, like, okay, no, I just want to be in the background. And I said, no, there are 4 SyFy sisters.
Yeah.
Like, let me just say this again. This is the theme of the show. There are 4 SyFy sisters, and it is a truth. It's a truism.
The only podcasts and stuff I've done, you guys are the first contractually obligated thing that I've done.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
I've done some other stuff where bosses were like,
you gotta go to this. You're doing that.
But I figured fifth season, you've earned it.
I appreciate
Thank
that.
you. Hence the David Attenborough gag that I was going to do at the top of the show that got vetoed. Thank you very much. It was going to be so good. I had it all written out.
That's awesome.
Are you going to do the accent?
What's
No, I was going to butcher the accent.
Okay.
Yeah.
No accents. Please, no accents.
I cannot for the life of me do any type of British accent, like at all. None of
Nor
them.
can I.
Okay, good. So I'm not alone. I don't feel so bad because like you're like wicked smart. So like I figured you could do it. Like, Anyway, all right. Anyway,
I watch a
moving
lot
on.
of British stuff, but yeah.
Me too. You would
I can
think.
understand it. I'm a little behind on Bake Off. No spoilers.
Okay, I haven't watched that one yet.
Okay. It's a good season.
Who?
We had an
Okay.
American, but they got rid of him. Spoilers.
Of course, they got rid of him.
Yeah.
I'm really tired of hearing British actors who can't do a good American accent. They've gotten a lot better at it over recent years, but I'm watching a bunch of old stuff and lately, and like you could tell, like when I first watched it, like it just went whoosh, whatever, because I was involved in the story. Like I watch a lot of Agatha Christie and stuff like that, and you can hear the ones when they're playing the American characters. There's one episode of one of the Agatha Christie productions that I cannot watch because the woman playing the American woman, her accent is just so bad, and it just takes me out. And she's like, sure, darling, I can get that for you.
Wow.
It's horrible.
We're gonna lose we'll lose all your British viewers.
I know. It was that one actress. It was one actress who was not great at it. But
Idris
Idris.
is fantastic at it. He's great at it.
Who's that? Idris?
Idris.
Idris.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have to talk though.
Yeah. He said he picked up his American accent. And what do you call he went to black barbershops. That's how he picked up his American accent. He did an interview. Yeah.
Okay, that was really interesting.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
All right.
back to you, Brad.
Mhm.
Our white Idris.
Oh,
I'll take it.
He'll take it.
right. Brad gonna be smiling all for the 34 minutes of it. Like, ooh, not good. I can do that. Who's this? Oh.
So I know you've told this other places, but maybe our audience hasn't heard it. Can you tell us how hard did Mike have to beg you to work on this show?
At all.
Did he mention Star Trek show and you said, I'm in?
So not at all. The history is Mike and I worked together. We were both assistants at Fox in the animation department when Mike made the TNG season 8 Twitter account.
Yeah.
And like we were in a staff meeting when it went live, and it was like blowing up, and our bosses are like, "What are you two? Can we cuss on this? Is cussing allowed?"
Yes.
Okay. They're like, "What are you two little chuckle fucks doing over there on the couch?" Because we're just like, we're supposed to be taking notes, and they're looking at his phone.
I can see the both of you over the side.
Yeah. But and then when Mike, was writing Warped, the book, when the book deal came, I was helping him find an artist. we had I won't say who. We had another artist, and it didn't work out timing wise. It would have been really. There was some great initial stuff, but he came to me and said, "Hey, you know a lot of people in the animation industry on the art side," and so was there at that point, and then he met with Secret Hideout. It was a slow progression over. I can't even remember when the Twitter account started. So the sci-fi and Star Trek of it all was way before an actual TV show was even a possibility, and so it was weirdly kind of like, hey, this show's finally happening, so I'm going to find a spot for you there.
That's pretty cool.
And at the time, I didn't have a job, so it worked out great.
Yay!
Yeah.
And the rest is history, right?
Yeah, it's been. We talked a bunch before season 1, just about like, no matter what happens, we'll be able to say we've made a Star Trek.
Yeah.
And like, that's crazy. And then now it's like, well, now we can say we made a Star Trek we're very, very proud of, and that has resonated and connected with people. So like, that's magic. That's great. Like, to have a page on Memory Alpha is like surreal.
It's like everything, right?
Yeah.
Fran's on Memory Alpha.
Yeah. They've got some stuff wrong about me, but I don't want to correct it because I like to stay mysterious.
Producer Brad.
That's it.
Yeah.
I found nothing on there for Brad. I'm like, where is he? It was like, couldn't find it.
Oh, you only need to have your identity stolen once.
Get that.
There you go.
I'm like, they don't need to know where I was really born. They don't need to know my real birthday.
Not real, right?
Yeah, right.
I love those editors, but I'm not going to correct them.
we love us some Memory Alpha. I'm gonna ignore that because I see a question, but I'm
not.
No, just because
ignore it.
We already know.
I'm seeing it too.
Yeah, just leave it. Just leave it.
Because we already know what the answer is. So
right.
Okay. So you I don't know for those. I've had the pleasure of being able to hang out with you a few times, and you were just a blast to hang out with. And you're your brain is just like the sponge of pop culture trivia stuff. I mean, it's crazy. Like you leave me. I'm
good on a trivia team.
Damn, you are.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. If you do come on the cruise again, we're claiming you for our team.
That's right.
I tried to do that science trivia with Dr. Aaron.
That's hard.
No,
science trivia.
No. They setting you up for failure on that one.
No.
Don't do it to yourself. Because you're like,
no.
Oh, no.
I think that science trivia is always hard. And so,
too many actual rocket scientists on that cruise.
And biologists.
It's a Star Trek cruise. So yeah, there's that.
The Star Trek's the smartest damn cruise floating.
Yeah.
So, what are your other passions outside of Star Trek? We know your Star Trek passion goes way back and way deep, but are there others that you love as much as Trek?
Oh yeah, I'm a Star Wars. I mean, I'd be remiss not to mention I'm a Dune boy. I'm in a golden era for just being a Dune fan. Love Dune. Forced way too many friends to watch the David Lynch Dune growing up.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Way too many. I have a special place for it. I love it. I've got my Dune popcorn bucket back there. I was there. Love it, love it, love it. Watch the sci-fi miniseries, the bad one, then the better one.
The bad one, then the better one.
Yeah. Oh, when we recorded Alice Cresia as the Borg Queen, everyone's like, "Oh, did you ask her about shooting the movie? First Contact?"
Right.
In my head, I was trying to keep it very professional. All I wanted to ask her about is shooting the sci-fi miniseries Children of Dune.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to know. I'm like, don't bring it up, Brad. Don't bring it up. But
you should have brought it up. Did you bring it up? You never brought it up?
I learned my lesson now that you should. What I like to ask actors, if it's not someone we work with all the time, I like to ask them, what do they get recognized for the most? If they haven't, a huge, if they've done a lot of stuff, what do they get recognized for the most, and what do they wish they got recognized for more? So like James Cromwell had some really interesting responses to that. He was kind of going through different like sections of like society know him for different things and different age groups. Like I'm an LA Confidential person. There's Babe people, but he had made this really, apparently I haven't seen it yet, sadly, but just like a very thoughtful drama about, I think about Alzheimer's. I could be misquoting, but he's like, I really love that movie, was really passionate about it. And he's like, just wish more people saw it. I was like, it's good. So that's been my kind of go-to now when you're doing the small talk. Wish I had done that with Alex.
Yeah, that's such a good question. And I think I'm going to steal it from you.
That is really good.
Well, it's like, I don't know if you know the food author, Jonathan Gold. But he always talks about at restaurants, don't ask like, what's the most popular dish? Don't ask what's, the waiter's favorite dish. Say, what would you give to your grandma?
Oh, wow.
Okay. And he found that it gets people in a different mindset. And they're thinking about different things. So
that's cool. That's a good, you're right. It does. It sort of takes you just a little bit outside of the rote.
Yeah. You're just in the normal, like, oh, I got to turn this table, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I was all sorts of nerdy stuff. There was a sci-fi thing on TV. I watched it. I loved Babylon 5. I didn't understand until way later that there was this Babylon 5 Deep Space Nine rivalry with Bando.
I didn't know. I watched them all. During the time,
have a clue.
During the time, I didn't know.
It was huge. Yeah,
loved them both.
I hated. I won't say I hated, but I was so DS9. I was like, no.
Oh, you gotta go. You gotta go get Babylon 5. You gotta learn about how great Koch is. I love Koch.
Not at all.
Yeah. I remember enjoying it. Like I didn't geek out over it, but I enjoyed it. Like because, like you said, like it's sci-fi. I'm gonna watch it. And at that time I wasn't as involved like in fandom converse. Like I was just watching on my own. I was really like, on my own. I didn't give a shit.
I didn't understand that other people like you found the friends at school, and that's kind of like Mike McMahon was the friend at work as an adult that like you're talking about nerdy stuff, you're talking about the sci-fi's Battlestar Galactica, and everyone else at the lunch table at the office is blank stares, but then there's one person that's like, okay, I want to talk about it, and that was how like that was the connection with Mike. Nerdy stuff.
Got some B5 fans out there, which is cool.
Everybody loves B5. I mean,
no, not everybody.
But there was like bad stuff. I love like Sequest. I love a talking dolphin. If there was a sci-fi or fantasy thing, I was gonna watch it. I was gonna rent that VHS. Like, of course, Star Wars was like the number one when I was a kid. I feel like I also did not understand that there was a Star Wars, Star Trek, like content. Like it's never rival fandoms. It's never made sense to me. It'd be like it's like, oh, you like pizza? You're dumb. I like hot dogs. It's like, no, I'm fat. I like all of them.
We just did a big Star Wars show last week, and it was.
I catch little bits. I've recommended so many people your episode about who's invited to the cookout. One of my favorites of all time.
Oh, just wait. We got a surprise for you.
Okay. Because I feel like you guys are like, Michael Dorn, yes. Worf, no.
Yeah. Well, I think it was.
It depends on which Worf.
It was DS9 Worf, TNG Worf.
Right, DS9 Worf got a pass, but TNG Worf
did not go.
The dog got rid of him before he even came to the door. No.
Yeah, I love the. Yeah, it's a. If people who have, I'm sure if people are watching this, they've heard it, but if not, go back. It's a great episode.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorites. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have so much
because
the stuff that didn't come on.
because
the
you
stuff
love
we did not
Neelix
put up.
at the cookout, right, Yvette?
Oh,
Neelix.
Neelix. Yeah, the debate about Neelix. I love.
Neelix.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now. Come on. Neelix should be, yeah. How's that blessing up everybody with what's the
I
I
cannot
can't-
believe y'all. The SyFy Sisters wanted Neelix at the cookout.
That's
saying,
right.
Neelix could throw down though. Neelix
Yeah,
would
he
be in
would
the
have messed up
kitchen.
people.
I'm
would've
relitigating.
met-
Neelix.
Guys,
I
don't
like
bring it up.
Neelix.
Okay.
He would have had he would have been in there in the kitchen looking at the potato salad.
With the aunties.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have. Grinning.
Exactly.
Doesn't he shed and stuff? I mean,
Oh my
I can't
God!
think of all that
Stop.
hair.
You said, does he shed?
Does he should?
Like you don't cook and have hair
And
on
he
your
would have
head.
messed up everybody with the
He has fur, doesn't
Are
he?
are you shedding in your food?
I mean,
Do
A
you
little
shed, Greg? Do you
Oh
shed?
gosh.
everywhere.
Everywhere he says. All right. Avoid the
The Bella room like the place. Leola. Oh yeah.
the Leola root. Don't do
Him and
it.
his root stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So right. You're
Yes,
so
yes.
right, Dave.
You
Okay.
got some more questions?
Who, me? What?
Yeah. Do you have any? You got some more questions, or do we
Why
want to
you
do a
got?
surprise?
Yeah.
I got a surprise.
Oh, you have a surprise?
Yeah, since he brought up a cookout, I figured I have a surprise.
Okay. Go.
You
go
wanna
ahead,
do
have
it?
your Surprise.
All
Yeah,
right.
do the surprise. I love surprises.
You like surprises? Okay, hold on. Let me make
Well,
sure I
it
can do this.
depends. I guess there's a lot of caveats with that.
Oh my goodness. Talk amongst yourself and I'll get it set up.
I'm just seeing that you are the president of the Peanut Hamper fan club. I appreciate
Yes. Thank you. You're welcome.
I-
Do you remember the? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm also I know she's a divisive character in the fandom, but I adore her.
I love
Such
her.
a bitch. I love her.
Peanut Hamper. I was about to say Peanut Hamper. That's my bitch right there.
I love her.
She's
I love
such a
her.
bitch. I mean, bitch with a capital B.
She's the best. She's
Yes,
the
she
best.
is.
All right, here's a little surprise for everybody.
Okay.
Hold on. At least I think it is.
Aw.
Hi, Tamia
Maybe.
and Yvette from the SyFy Sisters. Hi, everybody. It's so good to see you all. It's really lovely to see you all and a little poignant too. And just know that we love you all very much. And we're
Aw.
fighting to get you back. Okay.
Please, thank you. Yeah.
So okay, we just hopping on in here. I want to know what have you guys learned from your respective characters throughout these 5 seasons? And for sure, after dark answers are more than welcome.
Ooh, I'm like, what have I learned after dark from Mariner?
Hmm.
I don't know. I think I have learned a little bit of like balance and like maybe more like outward expression of like friendship love
Mm.
for her friends. She does that well-ish, but like truly like the love between these guys has really informed how I kind of like
Yeah.
treat my platonic relationships in my life. And yeah,
Okay, so this is platonic.
The four of us are platonic.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I was just
Okay.
sure because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
haven't been together in a while. So
I
I
know.
wasn't sure if the vibe changed, but
you know what?
The four of us collectively have had a will they, won't they thing going on for a while.
Yeah. I'll talk to you offline if I wanna upset
after
anyone.
dark.
Yeah.
After, sure.
Yeah.
After dark.
I would second that. I think it's so rare, especially in animation where you're mostly recording, separately at different times in your own booth. Like how many friends I've made on this show. And I think it's just wonderful. And I think our whole show is about, and Trek in general, I think is about the spirit of friendship. So I just love that, being on a Trek show has made me gain some friends and made me appreciate the friends I already have. It's really awesome. It's really special.
Tendi for me is a facet of my personality that this optimistic, sort of like go-getter, but gentle underneath. It's a part of me that is basically exactly who I am, that I feel like I have to hide a lot. And then the fact that I got to bring her out on the show and that people like her and
Yeah.
they show people on the show liking her
Aw.
and accepting her for who she is. It's really helped me not be embarrassed of that part of me. It's
So
true though.
We do like her and
Yeah.
Love her.
Yeah,
And you.
because I feel like it's often met in the real world with like, I don't know how, incredulity.
yeah.
Like people don't believe that I could be like when my optimism comes out and it's often like bit at, and I'm like, oh my God, am I a freak? But then on this show,
No,
freak.
we need optimism now more than ever. Like our world's so cynical. We need you.
I feel like that's the same, similar thing to what I've gained from playing Rutherford is the positivity and the confidence that you can have from loving the thing that you love. Like it's not weird, it's not different, it's not whatever. It's like, yo, you studied really hard to become a great engineer and you love telling people about it.
Yeah.
Great. Like
Great.
that positivity is a good thing to have in your life.
And you get to be good at your job.
And you can be good at your job.
Yeah.
Like there's just too many comedies. There's just too many things in life where it's, self-deprecating. And this guy is just like, no, let's just stay positive.
Yeah.
Be excited about what we know and we learn. And that's what he has. And that's what I try to bring after dark.
Yeah.
Add that to your fortune cookie readings from now on.
My question is, have you developed a personal backstory for your characters? And if you have, please share.
Ooh.
Mine was kind of all laid out in season 4 when we got that Cito Jackson drop. I was like, this is giving us, this is meaty. This is drama. This is prestige drama level backstory. I love that.
Fan fiction.
Yeah, like a little 22-minute cartoon that gets that kind of pithy. I love it. So I didn't do any work besides that. Mike did it all.
I know that Boimler was born and raised on a vineyard on Earth, a raisin vineyard.
Yep.
And I just think that changes you as a person. And I think that explains everything about the way that he is. He doesn't want to be a raisin farmer, so he needs to do well at his job.
Season 4, we learned a lot about Tindy.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's all laid out. And then season 5, you get to continue seeing the fruits of where she's from.
Oh,
And
it's great. And it's great.
Yeah, and it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Rutherford, I mean, if I thought of anything, it would get deleted and then Mike would change it. So I get excited because, luckily for my character, he's erased of his past.
Yeah.
Right,
So,
Great.
I can make up whatever I want and
That's
then
right.
it can get changed.
Yeah.
Looks like we only have 3 minutes. So, Tamia, do you want to ask one of your questions?
Okay, so all right, imagine yourselves at the SyFy Sistas cookout, right? And
Okay,
like
I'm there.
everybody from Trekdom is there. Imagine your characters there. I mean, you guys are already invited, but imagine your characters there. Where would they be hanging out? Would they be like at the spades table, or would they be in the kitchen cooking? Would they dare to bring potato salad? Would they be at the grill? What do you think your characters would be doing at the SyFy Sistas cookout?
I think my character will have been sent to go get some ice. And I think he will have slipped on all the ice. And he's just still at the grocery store, like figuring out that situation. But he'll be back soon, he promises.
Promises.
By the time he gets back, it's just water.
Yeah, it's just water. A series of mishaps has befallen Boimler yet again. Yeah, for sure.
I think Mariner would be kind of like a combination of like handing out punch, but also kind of watching the door a little bit, like checking the guest list a little bit, because you said everybody from Trekdom is there, and I went, everybody?
Not everybody.
You feel me? So yeah, Mariner would be like, we got to make sure the vibe is right. And
That's right.
Right.
Oh, I think Tendy and Rutherford would be together, just hopping around, looking at
Playing with the dogs.
playing with the dogs. Yeah.
The dogs.
Yeah. I think we'd just be around and be like, "Who is that?" Like,
A child.
yeah. Yeah. I think we would be the children.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Children?
No, we would be at the kids.
Yeah, it's like
kids section.
I think somebody's drowning. Oh, that's
Yeah.
me.
Oh, wow. Oh, my.
Oh, yeah, you guys would definitely be sitting at the kids' table.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cornhole?
It looks like we have to wrap up, but I just wanted to tell you guys how much we love this show. And Tawny and Eugene, you know how much we love you guys, and it's so good to meet you and Jack and
Noel, it's really
Noel.
wonderful.
I'm so happy we finally got the whole crew here. We love the show. We always tell everybody this is where you
I
start.
know, you guys are the best.
Thank
You guys
you.
are the best. Thank you for your support. We love you so much. We
Thank
love
you.
what you do and what you represent in the fandom.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we always come by and say hi, so we
You
will.
better. You better. You better. Love you
I
guys.
love you guys.
See you at the
Thank
next one.
you.
My little babies.
There you go.
I know,
You
right?
like that, Brad? That was good, right?
They're my little babies.
There
I
you
love
go.
them.
Aww.
I love that how much they loved their characters. You could tell by the way they talked about them.
No,
They
are
really, yeah.
They are all absolutely. We talk a lot at work about, like, you work on projects, and sometimes you get a cast where you get one cast member or somebody. There's, it's a cliche, but there's divas. And
Right.
you get some Hollywood situations and Hollywood types, and in 5 years with our 8 main cast and then like all of our guest cast, it's just never happened.
Right.
Like everyone's chill, easy to work with, friendly. Like, we can't get Jerry O'Connell out of the booth. He's there for one line, and then he's like, "What are we doing? What's going on the rest of the day? I'll hang out." They're all the best. I love Dawn.
Oh, yeah. She's all right. She's all right. For so many reasons. So many reasons.
Oh, I got her that shirt.
You did. You sure did. Brad was at our table in Vegas, and he got Dawn the Four Captains shirt, right? Yeah. Dawn got a lot of shirts that weekend. She was like, "Oh, I like that one."
I was so mad I missed you in Vegas. Every time you were around, I just missed you.
I will say this about Vegas. I'm in Vegas a lot, and I just happen to be like, it lines up, and it's nice to go there when STLV is happening. But I'm a Vegas boy.
Yeah.
So I come in, I'll do my round. I'll say hi, but I'm like, I've got points.
Thank you.
I have a status. I have status to maintain.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He ain't going there just for the trek.
The first people saw me last, this year was signing up for the new Rios Players Club because it had changed.
There you go.
I'm the person doing the math, checking the
points.
Yeah, I'm like, we need to go down to the Fountain Blue because they're doing a tier match. If your Caesar's this, you can match that. Yeah. I'm fun in Vegas.
I love that.
You are
I love
hardcore,
that.
brother.
Right?
Hardcore.
I was trying to figure out, why does my Caesar points not matching with my Rio points? I was so upset.
Because they took it.
They took it away. Yeah.
You are me last year at that Korean restaurant when I put down my Caesar's card to pay, and I'm like, I'll pay for everyone, but I'm also like, points.
Points, right?
And the waitress is like, "We're no longer a Caesar's property," and I said, "Well, what are we doing?" I'm like,
You messed up my whole vibe.
Yeah.
I was like playing high roller right here. Now you just like, not there anymore.
But I'll be there next year, I'm sure.
Of course. Yeah.
Maybe.
So will we. Same spot. Got that right away. So we'll be there. I cannot wait.
There'll be 4 of us.
7.
4 of us.
Yeah, all 4.
All 4 of us, right? I wanted to ask a question. Is that okay, Tamia?
Oh my God! Heaven forbid. Yes, please ask a question.
So I know we had a bunch of questions we wanted to ask those guys, but of course we had a short time. But I wanted to know if you could tell us, what are your 2 all-time favorite storylines in Trek universe?
Oh, in all Trek?
All Trek.
Uh-oh.
Man, people are gonna get so mad at me.
Don't worry about nobody.
No.
It's
It's your favorite.
That's right. Your favorites. Yeah.
I feel like I go back to Who Watches the Watchers a lot. I really like that one. And I like it for I mean, it's a good episode, but then you talk about the trivia of it all. I like the idea that you've got Leland Palmer from Twin Peaks Twin Peaks, and Bobby Hill from King of the Hill
Wow.
playing proto Vulcans.
That's so good.
I wish Sabrina was here to hear
Right.
that answer. 'Cause she would be like,
I focus,
yes.
yeah, I focus on a lot of that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Like, what else has this actor been in? I really love. I'm gonna blank on the name of the episode. I'm bad at this, but the episode of Deep Space Nine where there's the Cardassian scientists are coming, but there's like the prophecy.
Oh, the three.
That was
It was
just
the
on-
three.
that was
Yeah,
there.
at first they're like
What
it's
is
three
Three
snakes.
vipers.
The three.
Yeah,
The
but
three
then there's,
vipers, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's
Mhm.
because it has that great scene with Chief O'Brien and the Cardassian
I
scientists.
knew you were gonna
in the
say that.
Jeffrey too.
I knew you
Yeah,
were gonna
like
say
the two
Jeffrey
parents.
too. I knew it.
But also, she was on Babylon 5.
Wow.
It all
Mhm. There
like
you go.
She's like, I'm
Um,
very fertile.
yeah.
Like, what?
Uh,
Whoa, that's
like-
a line and a half right there.
it also it explains the lower decks of it all because like a lot of episodes that when we started on lower decks we were looking at a lot of because some of the writers had never seen Star Trek before, some had a passing memory of Star Trek. I'm by no means an encyclopedia. I had never seen all of TOS. The animated series wasn't available. I missed it.
Mm.
I wasn't alive when it aired, I think. Yeah. And then
Wow.
sorry.
I know. I was just like, really, Brad? You just had to throw that in there, didn't you?
It just had to throw it in.
Wasn't alive when it aired. Okay.
That was
Right?
some
It's
shade
mid
like a rug.
70s, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mid 70s. Yep.
Mhm.
I'm so young. No, but so like learning to
Grown
get,
ass woman.
getting to go back and look at we were looking at these lists of like the top 25 best TNG episodes, and here's like the 25 worst by different fan sites, and I was like shocked to see so many episodes that I considered.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Mhm.
wait,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
think this is a bad episode?
Right.
Like, I love Masks. I think Masks is a silly
Oh.
episode. I
It
think
is
it's
a
fun.
totally silly episode.
It's insane.
It's insane. But as a kid, I thought it was such a cool idea that the ship is slowly
Right.
transforming.
Oh,
There
slut.
there was just so many fun. I like any episode that has kind of a fun, using Trek to tell a fun sci-fi idea
Mhm.
within the confines of, the cast of characters and the ship that we're on. I love that one where 7 of 9, like everyone goes to sleep. It's like a long warp.
Ah, yes.
It's kind of like, it's almost like a horror movie.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. That's a good one. I forgot all about that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's delusional and all that. Yeah. Mhm. Oh, yeah.
Mass is about letting Brett Spiner eat for the entire episode.
That's the thing. When you watch it again as an adult that works in Hollywood, it's like, oh, it's clear. It's late in the run. He came to the producers and was like, I want to do other stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
he's like, I was in Sunday in the Park with George. I can do a lot.
I can do other things.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, have you heard my German accent? I want to do some other stuff. And I appreciate that he's been able to keep doing it,
Yes. Yeah.
across all the series.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Get another song in there.
Oh my
Like,
god. If please no. Please no
I'm
more.
so sick of Soon
so
and
sick of
Data.
it.
It's so
I'm
obvious.
like,
Well,
Oh
then
my
I've got
God.
bad news for you. Like, this is all songs. Season 5 of Lower Decks is wall-to-wall songs. They got
Well,
all
we
kinds-
see the first 5, so
Yeah.
We've seen
we
5
handle a lower
episodes.
deck
yeah, we
song.
saw the front.
Yeah, episode 6 is where they go to the Sung planet full of songs.
You were gonna say
Great.
Episode 6. Okay.
Y'all, I'm gonna
But
have to sing my girl.
they're not played by Brent Spiner. We
Thank
talked
you.
about
There
Oh,
you
that.
go.
see, maybe I like that one then.
Right.
Maybe I like that one.
I was about to say I'm gonna have to sick my girl Peanut Hamper on their asses.
Yeah.
Now, without spoilers, because I've
Mhm.
seen some early reviews, what is your take? You've seen half of the season.
Mhm.
Are we plus, minus? Doing
Oh,
things you
you're
like?
always plus.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
always plus. I mean, you guys
you're
have
always plus.
I think you had the best. I always say you have the best first season of Trek.
I love
Definitely.
it. I went back and rewatched. I avoided most reviews and commentaries in season 1, and now with the show, pausing, hopefully, I'm like, I'm emotionally open to some criticism with 5 years of distance. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube reaction videos.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
People watching the show for the first time. And it's been fun to revisit it. Revisiting season 1. I'm blanking on the name of the channel, but it's these 2 girls watching the show, and they're on like episode 4, like 104, and they're like, "Wait, people told us the first season's like it ramps up and it gets better slowly," but they're like, "I'm loving this. So what is it?" They start to get like scared. They're like, "What does that mean?"
What does that mean?
They're like, "I'm really enjoying this," and these are the episodes people are telling me are the bad ones. So,
I loved it from the beginning. It was good. A lot of people had to adjust to it.
Mike McMahon's got a good analogy. I feel like with some of the fandoms, with love, I'll say that some people, it's like they jumped into a cold pool and they said, "This pool is so cold." And then like 10 minutes later, they're like, "Oh, thank God someone heard my complaints and adjusted the temperature." It's like, did we adjust the pool or did you get used to the water?
Yes, I think yes.
I think a lot of fans got used to the water. We were a very different swimming pool. A few more slides, no lifeguards.
Right.
Yeah.
But I love, what I've seen of season 5, though, like no shit for real. Like I love the progression of the characters. I think everything makes sense. It's still funny as hell. It's so enjoyable. There's a moment that's a callback to something that I saw originally and didn't really give 2 shits about, and then was seriously emotional when I saw the callback in season 5 here.
Oh, now you're gonna have to later tell me what it was. I'm like,
I will.
I've seen it for like a year straight. I'm like, what's she talking about?
Right.
I was gonna say it's not a spoiler, but I will say there is a guest cast member in season 5. She's playing a small role, and I'll say that she's in episode 4, but she was cast. She is a massive Star Trek fan, a massive Deep Space Nine fan, is a voice actress and a comedian, and was recording another show where we record, and we were finishing up ADR for last season with Jeffrey Combs. And they ran into each other in the hallway and just being cordial, like, "Oh, what are you for? Professional actors being professional." And then he was walking out the door and yelled to me, he's like, "Until the next cruise," and laughing. And she said, "What are you guys talking about?" And I was like, "Oh, it was a work thing. We were on this Star Trek cruise." And she stops, does a double take, looks at him, and is like, "Holy shit, it's Wayne." He was out the door. She pulled him back in and was like, "I love Star Trek. And a huge monologue about her love of Star Trek.
I love that.
He's like, "All I want to do is be a Klingon. All I want to do is be a Klingon." And he definitely points to me and he's like, "That's the man to talk to." And I said, I'm like, "We've got an episode with Klingons, and some of them are ladies."
I love it. I love it.
So they talk about when they talk about people being like booked in the room or like they got booked in the audition, she was booked at the like lobby.
That is so cool.
She did a great job. It's tiny, but she's great.
That's great. I love that. You got another. I thought a comedian, sort of famous comedian's going to be on. I think it's episode 5. Another.
That's one we can't talk about. But
right.
That was a good get.
It was a good one.
She was very fun to work with.
Yeah.
I will say with all love, she does not know what she's talking about. She's not a sci-fi person. And I'll say that Tawny Newsome was a big...
Yeah.
Tawny made some calls and said, because we made the offer and it was a thank you so much, but I will not be right for this.
Okay.
And Tawny called me and said, "How much sci-fi stuff is there really?
Okay.
How many how many sci-fi words are you having to say?" And I went through the script and I'm like, "There's like 2 weird words."
Okay.
And she's like, all right, I'll talk. So like when that episode happens and you see that actor, that's Tawny Newsome using some friendship
I love that.
and
That's
saying
so
some like
cool.
they'll be nice to you. They will get you in and out on under 2 hours. They will
Mhm.
not make you feel dumb for like because I can understand an
I
actor
can understand that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you're looking at a paragraph that says like the neutrino core and the subterranean like blah blah blah, and they're gonna be like, I don't.
Right.
I'm like an
Techno
improv. Yeah,
babble.
I'm a wacka comedy person. Like poor
Yeah,
Paul Scheer. There's some stuff later in the season that I'm like, we're making him say some insane stuff. He's a trooper though.
I think it's a true season 5. I think
Right.
we were talking about that, Tamia, how season 5s of Star Trek series are really like the meaty, because that's when you know everybody. Like there's nothing, there's no
Right.
there could be
We meet some new
surprises.
people.
Well,
There's
you
some
you do
Yeah.
still meet new people could come on, because I
Yeah.
think that's when 7 of 9 came on, right? So, or she might have came on the end of 4, like
Four.
the last episode of 4. I think that's what it was. But 5 is like the meaty. That's when the story. We're not trying to get backstories anymore. We're not trying to. We know what's going on, and like the real thick, we're right into it. And I think from what I've seen, it's like that with season 5. And Discovery was the same way. Their season 5 was very meaty, and I just hate that we're ending them on season 5.
Right.
But
I just-
ending this chapter.
ending this chapter.
Ending this chapter.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm down with ending a chapter. Like what I'm not down with is like ending completely.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I know making television is a much different animal than it was when I was growing up, right? But I grew up with 20 something episodes, and I know we can't do that anymore. And 7 seasons. I'm at least asking for 7 seasons. Like on a Trek show, we can do it.
I don't want the season count. I want the episode count.
I would prefer
the episode count.
Honestly, I would prefer the episode count. I could trade off if I got more episodes.
Yeah. I like the episode count. I like that
I just think
Prodigy
I'm not getting
had
enough.
20 episodes. I love
Right.
that. Because
and I don't feel like for Lower Decks like I ever got enough. I just feel like the whole world, the time frame that you guys are set in is just so rich, and there's endless stories that can be told.
Yeah.
In what you and much hilarity. So.
Well, I think it's fun. You kind of see in the episodes you've seen so far, you're already kind of seeing this. Season 5 is where we start to have fun with the stuff that is both Trek canon, but then we're also starting to expand out on the stuff that Lower Decks is introduced.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Also, some stuff that it's like in the same way with like the Ferenginar episode, showing like, hey, we've gone to this place before, but we were there for a big serious thing.
Mm-hmm.
What if we were there for a dumb reason?
Mhm.
What if let's see the other parts of these societies. It's a good cast of characters, and then also season 5 is the team knows the show, the actors know the show,
Yeah.
the fans know the show,
Right.
so you can have a little more fun. We can get away with scripts that are more heavy on like Matt the Whale.
Right.
Like now an established character. I'm not saying there's a giant Matt the Whale episode, but maybe there is.
But maybe.
Maybe. So I have a question for you. Like, out of the episodes that we can talk about, the seasons up to like season 4, do you have a favorite deep cut that has been included, or that you fought for?
I did fight for one joke. It's very dumb. I saw somebody on Twitter when it aired that was like, this made me laugh, and I was like, good, I got it. In which episode is it? 402, I think, when Boimler's saying yes to everything.
Oh
yes.
Old Boimler.
And he joins Shax's choir. The establishing shot, it says choir room 3.
Mm-hmm.
and initially just said like fire room. And I
Okay.
asked,
So there's three of them.
I asked Nolan. I asked our design. I was like, "Can you put 3?" Because I like the idea that there's.
Why are there 3
There are
choir
3
rooms?
choir rooms, right?
Well, the other 2 are booked.
Right. They had to be if there were 3.
Because I like the idea that in all of Star Trek, like there's black box theaters, there's gardens. There, if you look at the blueprints and stuff, there's malls. There's cetacean ops, which we've shown.
Yes.
Finally,
Yeah.
when you guys showed that, I was like, finally.
I almost peed my
I always
pants.
wanted to
was like,
see. I always wanted to see what the hell was going on up there.
And I like that, like, hey, we finally meet some cetacean officers, and they're like kind of sex pests. They're like kind of like
hilarious.
yeah, like
Oh my god!
we're
I
like
gotta
moving,
find a way to use that again.
yeah, we're like moving away from the what was the dolphin on Sequest? Darwin.
Darwin.
I'm a super helpful, smart dolphin. Like these guys are kind of dummies, but lovable.
Yeah.
Love
But
them,
I was
yeah.
going to say you love them though.
Yeah.
That's been the fun thing. Like deep cuts for me are
All right,
I
Dave.
love.
Dave.
Yeah, I like all the weird little I like that fans have like named background characters
Uh-huh.
and like track them. I think those are like the deep cuts, right? Yeah. If it was a deep cut that's like a Star Trek deep cut.
It will not go away.
I know. Yvette's stuck again.
The Tucker tubes.
Oh, those were great.
I mean, Mike
The
named
Tucker
them,
tubes.
but I am obsessed and have been obsessed with that prop. The 2 red tube prop.
The 2 red, 2 pop. I love that. The
mainly
Tucker
from
tubes.
mainly from Airplane 2.
Mhm.
They're there.
See, deep cuts.
Season 1, I was always asking the art department, "Can you put them in somewhere?
Mhm.
Please put them in." And I think they put them in one background, but they just did 1 tube. And I'm like, no, it's gotta be 2.
Oh my god.
And then the fact that eventually it makes a joke, and those tubes do appear in season 5. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Brad. We're listening to you, but I'm also listening to Yvette. Like,
Clicky clickies.
Oh my god. Some days it works, some days it doesn't.
Oh, but wait, somebody in the comments made the joke about hand me the scanner that looks like a phase discriminator.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
I was trying to get it up. There it is.
Yes, I am pretty sure that line is because we were looking at the props, and sometimes Trek, they wouldn't be. If you look up a dermal regenerator or like an engineering, like what props got moved around a lot, and what they did, and where they lit up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there is a scanner that in another episode they called a phase discriminator, like reused a prop. So we have Billups in, I think that's in 310.
Okay.
When they're in the race, saying like,
oh, right.
must be that scanner that looks like that. That's a deep cut.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That is a good
It's a good one.
Yeah,
I
there's
like
a
that
lot.
one.
Yeah, the same thing with like. It's the thing too that comes up with the show where people talk about like, oh, you guys put in all these Easter eggs and these references, and it's like, well, it's much more. There's like 800 plus other episodes before us, so it's laziness on our part that when we have a joke about a fire, if there's a fire extinguisher joke,
Yeah.
the art department, if you tell them like, oh, go find, there's episodes with fire extinguishers, and they're like, oh, I don't need to design it. We don't need to.
Right.
We don't need to figure out what that looks like. It makes for fun Easter eggs, but it's also it saves time. We don't need to start from scratch. Yeah.
Dang. That's deep.
Yeah, see, Joshua's got it.
He got it,
Yeah,
right?
I
Uh-huh.
love it. I think that everybody's really going to enjoy the hell out of season 5. I know, like the first 5 episodes that we've gotten to see, I've literally watched several of them like 4 times already. Like they only give you so many times that you can watch each episode,
Mhm.
10.
and they give us 10, and I don't usually use that.
The 3 is a fun episode. I enjoyed 3.
I enjoyed 3
Yeah,
a lot.
3 was very good. I like 3.
I mean, I enjoy them
was
all,
that
but-
Wine.
Oh, you can't say it.
You can't say
Come
anything.
You
Don't say
Oh
anything
no,
yet, Fran.
I'm not giving away anything.
No, we don't want to give away anything. Okay.
No, I'm
We
not
don't want to
giving
spoil
away.
anything for.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Fran's like, I'm not gonna do
Thank you.
it.
Three's the one that
No.
features a musical instrument.
Good one, Brad.
Yes.
Thank you.
Say
That
that
was
again. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is funny. This person's asking about a series box set. I've
yes.
thought about this. I
Mhm.
want the series box set to be every other Star Trek. I want the Lower Decks series box set to be all 5 seasons of our show, but that you also have every other Star Trek. Every
Wow.
movie, and
Wow.
it's just a gigantic. I want it to be the complete Star Trek collection, but I want it to be marketed as.
As a lower
Lower
decks.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
I'm sure
Kinda-
Paramount will love that. Yeah.
they'll love that. Yeah. that-
Let me tell you, I will buy it.
Yeah. But I don't want anyone else's face. I just want like Billups's face.
Yeah.
No one else.
no one else, just Phillips.
Yeah.
Phillips. Just Phillips.
Of all people, Phillips. Oh my
I know.
goodness.
So like,
All right.
not even Migliamoo.
Man, I would love Niggly Mo. Yeah.
Miggly Mo.
yeah.
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
I always say his name
So
wrong.
good stuff. Miggly Mo.
I'll say that too. It's been sort of a blessing on this show with the state of the industry the way it is that we still get physical media,
Yes.
Yeah.
especially in animation. So many people I know, they've worked on shows that are now pulled off a service. It's gone. There's no way for those artists or directors or whoever to see the work they did. So it's been very nice that we have a fan base that allows for physical media. So I'm assuming and hoping on a season 5 DVD. I would hope.
Yeah, I would hope so. Yeah,
I
and
would hope so,
hopefully
too.
it'll be a full collection
Yeah.
of everything. But
Oh, I like that idea, Matt.
yeah, isn't that good? That's a good one.
Yeah, with the
Look.
Carno plate too.
Well, that's what I think. I want every. Oh, I've got my Tom Paris plate up there. But
Aw.
yeah, that's what I want the box set to be. I'm like, the box set needs to include every episode we've ever referenced.
Mm.
Oh,
I love that.
Yep.
That would be literally everything.
Yeah. Paramount would know what to do with that though, because they don't realize that we would buy it.
yeah, they do know we'll buy it.
It's not
That's
much
why
we wouldn't buy, so I just don't understand why they don't have
We'll
it
just
together.
put an
so-
episode of Yellowstone on it.
Oh, right. Yeah, they know how to sell that. I love it.
What I
Yep.
found interesting, and this is not giving away anything because everybody knows this, the opening credits.
Oh,
You know how they
Mhm.
progress, and they
I
really
did-
progressed in this one.
I don't think people caught it because we showed the first episode at
Mhm.
New York,
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
and I think people are, they're taking it all in, and the actors are there. I'm like, I haven't seen really people clock what's additional
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They will. They
because there's a
will.
lot.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that
a
was
lot. Like I was
you know.
dying. I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah, it's so
Me
good.
too.
So good.
Me too. I'm like, oh my God, look at that.
I know. I did, but I didn't like the first time. I forgot to pay attention.
Hmm.
So
Mhm.
like the first episode I watched, and I was like sort of at the tail end of the credits, and I was looking. I was like, wait, what? Wait, I was like, I don't want to.
know.
I don't-
I'll catch it on the next go round, and then I paid attention. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I don't want to
Each
spoil it.
season, Yep.
Yeah, but there's a bit of animation in one of our head animators had a very important role in one of the bits that's
Ah.
animated in that.
Hmm.
And when you watch it, you'll know what it is.
Mhm.
But yeah, Mike Roush went above and beyond to animate some stuff in that opening sequence. And
That's
I'm
awesome.
very
Mhm.
proud of it.
Yeah,
It's
it's really
fantastic.
wonderful. Yeah.
It's and you guys know that the first 2 episodes are going to be coming out on Thursday, October 24th.
It's
really-
really.
So I mean,
It's
well,
really tomorrow.
it's really tomorrow night.
I mean,
Yes.
for us West Coast kids, I feel
Yeah.
like it's usually around like 11:30, 11. I don't. Yeah.
It's about
It's-
2 o'clock here on the
Yeah.
East Coast,
Mhm.
2
It
a.m.
slips out.
Mhm.
Yeah. I stay up.
Most people do.
Yeah.
Most
Mhm.
people do. Most
Yeah, we
people
have a
do.
premiere, people. Like we got business to do. We got to
Yes.
blast those numbers out.
Yes, get
That's
those
right.
numbers up. Yes.
You
Let
know,
them know
I
how
just-
much we love.
Delete your Paramount Plus accounts right now.
Uh-huh.
Sign up for a new one, and only watch Lower Decks.
And
That will
only-
be a thing. That will be a thing that they track.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't say
okay.
that though. Well, I shouldn't say that, but what are they going to do? Cancel?
That's what he told me. Because what are they gonna do? Cancel me again? It's like, got that right. You got one more question, Tamia?
I was gonna say something, but it went like I don't know. It went away. It was
Also,
there. I did. Oh,
go ahead.
here's what I wanted to do. Here's what I wanted to say. I just really want to encourage everybody who's out there to please, help increase these numbers, because we really, really, really want another season, at least one more season
Or
of Lower Decks.
two.
I would ask for 2 or more, or many
Mhm.
more. I really need Lower Decks to continue to keep producing new content for us. And I'm okay, no shade, because I love Prodigy too. But I'm saying, if we can fly a damn plane for Prodigy, somebody out there can fly a damn plane for Lower Decks. Like, we're getting Prodigy, like, writer's room pizzas and shit. They got their jobs still. Like, come on, y'all. Like, where's my Lower Decks love? Where are the rest of my Gen Xers out there who Lower Decks speaks directly to our hearts?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Probably busy
and-
paying
and-
bills and shit and trying to send kids to college and
That's
whatnot.
what we
But
doing.
still, I'm just saying,
Oh, here.
like, this is our show.
I have no idea if there's a particular hashtag, but I would imagine Lower Decks.
Star Trek Lower Decks. Why not?
Star Trek Lower
Star Trek
Decks.
Lower Decks. It
I
works
just-
every time.
I
I
also
should
like it too. I'm a Jen Jones, and I love Lower Decks because it goes
Mhm.
all the way back. It even go,
Mhm.
when they
Yeah.
first went and said, Kirk did so. I'm like, oh my gosh, they do a TOS.
I love when they
they-
do TAS. I love when they do the animated series. I love
Damn
that.
it, Jamal, we can get together, get another petition out there and raise some money for that.
He
plane
said, I
like
don't
we
have
did."
money for it. So
Yeah, but everybody, come on, let's get it going.
Yeah, the tricky thing right now is, like, I don't know if you're following the trades, but CBS and Paramount, there's
Yeah, they're doing.
things are.
But
I'm hoping things will settle, and
Yeah.
then we'll.
yeah, and I mean, I would like to see, the universe is there. We know what's happening. We know that these people are in the universe, and if something comes up like 2 years from now, and there's like another movie, or their characters are going to be in another series, they're there. So I don't think we have to worry about that.
I mean, they'll be there. I won't.
well,
I'm trying to save my friend's job here.
Yeah. That's all, like, I love the love for the show, but I always see when people are like, "Oh, they're gonna do a live action movie," and they'll have the live, and I'm like, I'm looking around the office at all me and the other coworkers, and I'm like, well, that'd be cool, but like, what about
us?
Right?
I hear you.
Right?
I say a movie. A movie will do it. They doing 2-hour movies now.
I'm saying, like, there's a possibility of another network too. Like,
anything's possible.
Yeah.
I mean,
these things matter in the long
Yeah.
run.
I will say I do every now and then see on social media people are like, "Oh, it's like a marketing thing. Like, there's like a secret season, and they're gonna announce it." It's like, no.
That's wishful damn thinking.
No.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah, because it's the bittersweet side on our side on the production side is, like every Friday, a couple more people roll off. It's a lot of last lunches, a lot of last dinners. It was fun being in New York, but it was our art director Nolan's last day on Friday. So it's been this bittersweet, like, I'm not going to be the one. Our line producer Megan will be the one she'll do the cheers, shut the light out.
Yeah. Oh,
way
wow.
out the door, but-
Gosh.
I know, a bummer, but
it is. But
you'll have,
we just
9 weeks of new track.
Yep. And it's good stuff. I mean, just like
It is.
always, you're gonna love it. I mean,
Mhm.
we would tell you if some of it we would tell you, but everything I've seen so far, I love it. Absolutely love it. I was
Fantastic.
cracking up as usual. So
And all the
good
reviews,
stuff.
I've read nothing but positive reviews from the people that have had the early ones. So I'm
Yep.
like, oh man, I really hope 6 through 10 we don't.
You guys, there's no way. There's no way. Right, Fran?
Right.
Right there.
That's fantastic. I loved all, and I got to go back and look at them again because they are fantastic. They just.
I did a. I started a rewatch like 2 weeks ago. Just started from season 1 and let it go on through, and like that's what I've been doing. It's you stuck again, aren't you?
Do I have this stuck look? I'm like,
oh, you have the
all right.
stuck sound. Click, click, click,
You
click.
can
click,
hear
click,
it, right?
click.
Yeah.
Yeah, like pretty.
It
I
Yeah.
will always love that trial episode in season 1. Like,
Oh,
That's my favorite episode.
One
That's
of
my
my favorite
absolute favorite episode. I know it word for word. When it comes on, I'm like, that's
Yeah.
right, eels.
Yep.
No, we're not putting that up.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
like
that's
the-
right. There are I mean, it's in the trailers, but we do have a lot of blue Orions and
Blue
green Orions
Orions.
this season.
Blue Orions.
Orions.
So happy about that. That made my day because I love the animated series. I think because I watched it Saturday mornings. You know, it was fun.
I didn't watch it till it came out on DVD, but I
Okay.
liked it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's fun. It's so fun.
It's really
you
cool.
know,
It's
a
really
lot of
good.
fun.
Teenager. I still watched it. I was a
Mhm.
teenager and I
Yep.
watched it. Yeah.
You're right, Jamal. Get
Mhm.
Get Anne Marie on it.
well,
That's right.
my real nerdiness is I was also a big Ringworld kid. I love the Ringworld books,
Really?
and there's the
Ringworld.
episode of
Larry
TA.
Niven, right?
Yeah,
Larry
that is
Niven.
just it's a Ringworld story, the slaver weapon, and they just made it TAS, and they replaced the characters with Sulu
Really?
and Ahura. But
Oh
like
wow!
that's how you get the Kazinti. Like
Joel was already on it.
He was on
already
it.
typing.
He was on it.
yeah. And I love that. So as I love the TAS of it all, but then also secretly
Like
the
that.
Ringworld.
Yeah.
I love that we have the Kazinti on the show. That's a deep cut in the episode where Boimler meets the red shirts, where Taylor is telling him, you got to stand up straight. You got to not be slouched over. That's a big TAS Larry Niven.
Mhm.
That's a very nerdy reference for the people that get.
That's a
Love
good
that.
That's
That's really good. You always know that you in those deep cuts, boy. Love it.
I have all sorts of nerdy encyclopedias back here, I'm sure, somewhere.
Oh my god.
I was the kid I would save up my paper route money to go to the Barnes and Noble or the Walden Books
Yep.
to get the art of something or the making of.
One of us. One of us.
We're just you're saying that like it's a bad thing, I think. No. I mean, yeah, that's if you listen to our geek origin story, we're like with the boring little kids, little geeks hanging out in the library.
My parents never had to worry about me. Like they would I was either at the library or like they would go shopping, like we go to the mall and I'd be like, deuces. I'm gonna be in we know you're going to the bookstore. We know we'll find you. Okay.
So on your Walden Books.
And I'd be like, it ain't coming. I was stacked like this big.
What's it called? The Scholastic Book Fairs?
Yes.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
little flyers. My mom's rule was she, you're not going to get a Sega Genesis. You're not getting all this. We had a Nintendo, but I think we had like 3 games my whole childhood. But I could bring home that Scholastic Book Fair thing. And if I circled the whole thing, my mom would be like, great, we're buying all of it. So. So I never really dipped into like Sweet Valley High or Babysitter's Club.
Babysitter's Club.
But everything else, I was.
Highlights. I remember highlights.
Mm-hmm.
Highlights. Oh my God.
Highlights.
Yes.
I love highlights.
At the dentist office.
I had
always
braces,
Oh.
so I remember highlights.
See, at the dentist office.
We got them in school. We got them in
Yeah.
school.
Oh, you did?
We got them in
Yeah,
school.
for me, highlights is always next to the little wire thing with the beads. that yeah.
Yes, with that you take over, like
Yeah.
you do the different color beads going from this side to that side. Like that's all it was.
It's just me waiting for my orthodontist to yell at me. It's like yeah. Oh, this person's saying ElfQuest. I tried to get into ElfQuest recently.
Yes, you should listen to her show. That's Tanya.
Okay.
That's the host of. We have an ElfQuest show. Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Well, because I think you guys were talking about it, and then I think on like my Kindle or something, I downloaded like the first like collection, and I'm like, I didn't know they were aliens.
Right? Exactly.
Right.
And all
We
of a
didn't
sudden,
either.
elves got cool.
I
was like,
okay.
The elves are aliens? That's
Yep.
Tanya. Tanya is the best, and the show is called Two Moons and a Microphone, and we have now we have a blended family of ElfQuest fans and Star Trek fans together, and we've all starting to meet each other and love each other, and it's super damn cool. And Tanya knows everything about ElfQuest.
This person asking favorite Trek novel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is it called? I think it's called Vendetta.
Really? Wow.
It's a board book, and I think that if I'm remembering correctly, they like capture a Ferengi and turn him into like the next Locutus.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
Not canon, but I remember.
Clearly not. They
loving
capture a Ferengi?
I thought they couldn't do anything to Ferengis.
Who wrote it?
That's what it
Oh,
was.
see, now I got this is my mental illness. Is I have to look it up. I can't.
I know, right? I'm like, I know all of us are like,
I have Vendetta, but it must be upstairs. I can't remember.
It was written by Peter David. Yep.
Uh-huh.
1991. Oh, because it's the one. It's the Doomsday Machine. That's what got me interested. I read that book, and I didn't know what the Doomsday Machine was because I'd never seen that episode of TOS, and it wasn't play. It was never playing in syndication anywhere I lived. So, oh man, now I got to. Oh, there's a sequel. Wow, I'm discovering.
To Vendetta.
Written in 2007. Janeway and Seven of Nine feature strongly, and Spock shows up.
Oh my God!
So you gotta order that now. Well, this is my favorite.
Oh, they did. Thanks, Jamal.
Wow.
Articles of the Federation.
I don't know.
Make me read that one. It's good.
I'd be remiss. I should say that I really like the Is it the History of Starfleet or History of the Federation that David Goodman wrote? He was one of my old bosses back in Family Guy and was writing at the time. That's the book that comes on a little stand that you press a button and it talks to you.
I know nothing about that. What?
There's a book that comes on a stand and you press a button and it talks to you?
Yeah, it was I forget. But David Goodman.
I gotta check that out. All right, that's on my list right now.
Memory Alpha won't let me down.
Never does.
This is true.
He wrote. I think it's the Star Trek Federation, the first 150 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's this blue book, but if you got the like special edition, it came on a little round stand, and I think Sulu talked to you. Yep. Pedestal design included a locking clamp and keypad. So they shift. Yep. This is my nerdiness. Now you're just watching me Google. Now you're just watching me.
It sounds so cool. No, because we're all listening to you. We're like, tell us more about the book.
I don't own it. It's funny because like I could not afford it, but David had it in his office at Family Guy, and I'd go in and press.
I gotta read Vendetta again because I don't remember it being. Everyone's like, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good. I'm like,
all right,
I gotta read this again.
All right, so like 10-year-old Brad's memory is like.
It's not faulty.
Yeah, it holds up.
Gotta check it out. I read it. I don't remember it.
I loved a lot of Peter David's books, but I never read any of the Star Trek books. I read a bunch of his other stuff.
Yeah.
And I got to meet him a couple times as a bookseller because I was a bookseller at independent stores here in DC for a lot of years, and he was funny as hell. When I got to meet him.
I can't remember if he also wrote. There was another Trek book that I really loved. that it's Trelane from TOS
Yeah.
and Q. They like were kind of.
Is it
first time they're kind of linking together that he was like a baby Q?
Right.
Oh my
Is that,
God.
That's
I'm
not
sure
cute. That's not cute.
I'm sure it's called Q something.
Q squared,
Q-
Joshua.
Q
Joshua
squared.
says
Yeah.
Okay,
Q
yeah.
squared, yeah. Yeah. Q
I
squared.
like that one
And
too.
then here comes Jamal.
Yeah.
That was
That's
a lot of.
That's a really good book.
A lot of my TOS knowledge came from the Star Trek Encyclopedia and from these books and stuff they referenced, and I never actually watched the show.
Right.
I watched the movies, but like there was I didn't have a method to watch the show. So it was just stuff I read about. It's like a good friend of mine, her entire first Star Trek knowledge came from, I think it's like Israeli novelizations that they made.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Of like each episode of TOS.
Wow.
And she like didn't even know it was a TV show. She just thought it was a book series that she super liked.
Wow.
And then it's like, wait, they made a show about this?
There's a show?
That's so cool.
It's the joke we used to always say about Lower Decks. Mike said at our first panel at Comic-Con in San Diego in 2019 that like the goal for the show would be that someone would watch Lower Decks and afterwards be like, wait, there's live action Star Treks too? Like, you know.
I bet you that's happening though. Like I know that's
my
happening.
real estate agent is he was not a Star Trek guy. He just loved adult animation, and that's how he got into Star Trek. I know a lot of friends that they've never watched anything Star Trek, but this was the show that they watched with their parent during COVID for the first time.
Yep.
And so a lot of times when I'll see fans say like, oh, you know, you shouldn't start at Lower Decks because there's so many deep references you won't get. I'm like, with all love, guys, like, yeah, it's a lot of well-meaning guys telling their wives and girlfriends like, no, you're not ready for this yet. And I'm like, and it's like, please, a PSA to those guys, when you're showing it to your significant other, you don't need to stop and pause.
No,
and
don't explain anything. Don't explain anything.
You don't have
explain
to.
anything.
And,
It's so funny.
if you know.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so funny you're saying that for guys to their girlfriends. Is because in our house I have daughters, so their boyfriends and my new son-in-law, this is how they came in. So the daughters are telling them, so this is the way you should enter. You should enter here, you know, because you know, they are into that kind of thing. They love like, you know, adult animation. So it worked. So they came in through that way. My middle child loves Rick and Morty, like all of that stuff. Solar Opposites.
Oh, Solar.
That is her thing.
Check out the Halloween special. Just dropped the other day.
She got me into it, and so she loves
Solar
Lower Decks.
Opposites is so good.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to. It's. I think there's something for everyone, and I love that we've gotten like a lot of people in our family into Star Trek because of Lower Decks, and now they're going back to look so they can find out what the hell we're guffawing about when they're just laughing. They're like, it wasn't really that funny. Like, you have no idea.
And it makes me, you know, credit to Alex Kurtzman and the Secret Hideout crew because they get a lot of grief, but like to keep the franchise alive and to keep the brand alive, you have to bring in new people. You have to, you know, have people discover it, and you have to create these inroads. And with us, with Prodigy, with Strange, the amount of people that I see came to Lower Decks from the Strange New Worlds crossover, the amount of people that get into Star Trek because they watched Prodigy, you know, when it showed up on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's like what I'm saying. I found out of TOS stuff through like books that were written 30 years later as tie-ins, or like the computer games, like the old MS-DOS computer games.
Wow.
Played all those. I loved those.
Damn, dude. That's hardcore.
This is a deep cut I fought for but could not get in. There are some aliens. I forget what they're called. They're in like, I think it's called like Final Judgment. It's like one of the TNG computer games from the 90s. They're like the Chodak, I think they were called. Maybe. They're like weird gray.
Somebody in the chat will let us know, I'm sure. Joshua, Jamal.
Yeah.
Matt,
I was fighting hard to get them in the show. and I was just shot down by him. It was like, no, we're not doing that.
All right.
Fight for things, but I lose as many times as I win.
As you right.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you won on so many other things.
Dude,
that's
Brad,
for sure.
We have gone like way over our time with you, and now I feel
bad.
so bad because like I don't feel bad. Like I don't want you to feel bad. I feel bad for taking your
What
time.
am I gonna do? There's not a job to go to in the morning.
Wow.
Wow.
We're so glad we're here for you, buddy.
I have a lot
You
of free
see,
time
y'all,
now.
this is what I'm talking about. We have to keep Brad employed, y'all. Like I'm saying.
No, I'm kidding. I've got other stuff lined up. There's some other fun
We
things
know you
coming
do.
that aren't Star Trek related.
Okay. Gotta come
We
back.
know
I
you
mean,
do.
we try to tell people you can always come back and talk about other stuff that's not Star Trek related. We do a lot of we do other things. It always comes back to Star Trek. But but you can always come back.
You're like, yeah, I know you.
Because we got a lot of people who love the animated, especially adult animation. So please come back whenever and let us know what you're up to. Solar Opposites. I mean, I don't know if you guys have watched that. It is awesome. I love that show. It is hilarious. It is crazy, but
It's
love
the
it.
fun of Lower Decks if you didn't have to worry about canon or sci-fi or rules.
Mm-hmm.
Mike always says, Solar is so much easier to write because if you want a thing to happen,
it happens.
You just shoot a beam in it and it happens. You don't have to worry about the, conservation of energy. No, who cares?
Solar
I love that.
Opposites like grabbed me and took me, and I was like, "What am I watching?" And I love it so much. Yeah,
It's a good show.
But didn't you have?
Oh, sorry.
Scavenger's Reign. Scavenger's Reign is if you like a more adult, weird, but very beautiful sci-fi.
Cool. Gotta check that out.
Good show.
Yeah. Yep. Gotta definitely come back and tell us what you're up to. I don't know that one. I gotta look that one up. That's awesome.
I've been hearing about it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different from Lower. It's not fun.
It's not fun.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
No,
Okay.
it is.
All right.
It is adult, but it is beautiful and sci-fi. It's great.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotta
All
check
right.
it
Then I
out.
will.
Gotta check it
I got your praise, so I'll check it out. Because I was just looking at it. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Okay. If it has your
somebody's
praise,
watched it. I knew somebody did.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Okay. Yvette, I know you needed.
Here we go. Here we go. Sorry.
You're stuck in it.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
I know you wanted to tell us some stuff before we sign off tonight, right?
Yeah, before we sign off, I just wanted to let everybody know that we're going to be ending our season soon on November 30th, and we'll be back February 7th. So when I say we're ending our season, that means we're going to take a break, and that's everything: the podcast, the Wednesday shows, and the live show. But until then, next week we have a great show, the live show. We finally got Gates McFadden. So she'll be here. She'll be here next Tuesday. I probably will be on mute the whole time. So don't say anything stupid. And then
I know, right?
I mean, exactly. I've got a Gates story.
Oh my God.
Well,
okay, we're gonna hear the Gates.
Tell us. And the Wednesday show is going to be Two Moons. That'll be a Halloween show. So all the monsters in ElfQuest, you'll see that. And then we have a special on the 9th. No, I skipped. That's not right. Sorry. On the 5th, Election Day, we will have an Election Day show. So what's going to happen is we are. I gotta put this up.
You're braver than I am.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's basically going to be a show that by the time we come on, most people will have most of the results because we come on at 9:30 Eastern. So so it's a place to get together. We don't really. It's just a chat. If we need to get together to commiserate, or if we want to celebrate, it's going to be one of those shows. So
and we're gonna think
day.
heavily about how we put that link out for that particular show. We might not be promoting it the same ways like on Twitter and stuff that we promote for the rest of the shows.
Right.
So please,
check the mothership.
Check the mothership. Check Facebook. I'm not putting myself out there for for the whole world on that night.
No, because it's basically for especially for us, our the live chat, the community, and so we can celebrate or commiserate together, either one.
We're gonna celebrate.
I'm putting it out there. So the next day is going to be Soul of the Story, and Matt Jennings is going to be on. So we'll have Matt Jennings from 1701, A Blurred Story, and For All Mankind. And then that Saturday, we're having a big event. The Color of Sci-Fi we're going to be streaming that event. Make sure I got everybody's name right. Derek Tyler Attico is going to be there. It's in Detroit. Yay. The Detroit Public Library is putting it on, along with I hope a DJM Studio. I think I got that right. It's Saturday between 2 and 4 p.m. Right? Stephen Barnes is going to be there. There's going to be a reading of the To Boldly Go book about Uhura. So they're celebrating Captain Sisko and Captain Uhura, but they said Lieutenant Uhura. So they'll be celebrating that. So it should be a great. So I'll be putting promotions out starting this week, so you'll know where to come. The link will come out next week, so look for that. It's something different. We usually don't do anything on Saturdays, but this is something that we're going to try out and see what happens. So hopefully you guys will come out for that. After that, we'll have 2 more. I think we have 2 more episodes of the podcast coming out. I don't want to tell you who they're going to be yet. I think you're going to be surprised. So I'm just going to leave those and let you be surprised about that. This week on Friday, that video that you just saw will be the podcast. So Tamia and I are doing an intro and outro for that. So that should be a lot of fun. And then our next live show will be, we're going to just change it all and do baseball. So Shelly Flood,
yeah,
right. Shelly Flood is going to join us, and she is the daughter of Kurt Flood. And it's a little bit of American and Black American history. Kurt Flood did a lot of good for the unionizing of sports legends, and he needs to be in the Hall of Fame. So we're bringing her on because I'm a huge baseball fan, baseball history, and so is Sabrina. So it really was a big deal for us, and to have this woman come on, and a lot of Black history there, a lot of American history. So something different, just to kind of shake the cobwebs off and do something different. And then Sin Sin, I'm not sure what the next one is going to be for. I know tomorrow we're doing Fantastic Voyage, and Dr. Anne Marie Siegel is going to be the guest for that one. So Yay. Come see us tomorrow at 9:30 for Fantastic Voyage. That's like one of my favorite sci-fi movies. So there's going to be a little bit more, and once we get more information, we'll let you guys know. But that's it. We're going to be the end of next month is going to be the beginning of our break. Then get ready for Trek. To get ready for Trek Talks in January, because it's going to be year 3 for that, and then we'll be back in February. So that's it. Yep. That's it for me.
We'll miss you while we're gone, but we're not gone yet, babies. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and thank you, Brad, so much for coming to hang out with us.
This was fun.
Thank you.
I feel like we're on the cruise again.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Because there's only 3 of us, right?
And there's one that's like this. It's past her bedtime, boo boo.
It is, and I gotta be to work early in the morning.
I feel bad. I feel bad.
No, don't. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
We love you guys. All right. Peace, love, and hair grease, my friends.
Good night, y'all.